Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for y'all. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for pretty much any empath that's drawn to this video. You got to get your messages where they come. Okay? All righty. The energy is funky today. I don't know why either. It's a little bit funky. It's going to be fine. So I was told to do a reading. And when I asked what the reading was going to be about, I was told dark energies cannot touch you. Oh. Oh, ruh-roh. That sounds very something. I don't know, but it doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. Let me go ahead and get the cards ready. While I'm getting the cards ready, I'm live on multiple platforms, and on all platforms, I should have a comment that is pinned. It has the link to the 12/12 Portal Fire Ceremony event. If you are wanting me to do energy work for you or a reading for you during the event, that is the link to go to now, because people have already been getting expedites. And if you want to be at the beginning of the live stream, you need to get it sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later. All right. Almost ready. I also have a 12/10 private fire ceremony. It's a 12/12 portal primer event. It is going to be a private fire ceremony. You can find that on my website, emmyevolving.com. You can find it on my website. Find it on my website. All right. The energies are like muddled this morning. It's almost like this sense of multiple energies trying to come through. And those multiple energies are like vying for your attention. I'd like to say at least one of those energies is not negative. At least one of those energies is a very loving, compassionate, very respectful energy. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how this is going to play out. I'm told to get 4 cards for this deck. All right, let's get started. You guys ready? Did you do some cranial stretches? We're going to expand your brain today with some information. All right, let's see what these cards are saying. Okay, immediately testing. All right, let's see. Let's move these aside. I like to have my space. I'm all itchy. Okay. So, and no, I don't have these memorized. So, okay. Page of Swords. Vigilance, agility, spying. Right off the bat. How'd they get a damn? Spying. A discreet person, an active youth, a lithe figure, a person adept at perceiving, discerning, and uncovering the unknown. So someone is looking at you, watching you, trying to get information about you. What's their intention, right? So is this a person who is doing all of this because they just kind of want to get to know you better before they approach you? Or is this like an issue of someone, infringing on your privacy? I think that answer is going to be different for everyone. So just, I'm just, Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. I'm going to sing my church songs. and stay in the grace of God today. We have the Lovers card. Love, beauty, perfection, harmony, trust, romance, deep feeling, optimism, freedom of emotion, testing someone. So remember, I was telling you there's multiple energies that feel like they're trying to get through. One of these energies actually respects you and loves you, right? They feel deeply about you. They don't, part of the reason they haven't come forward is because they don't want to violate your space. They don't want to violate, you know, your feelings. They don't want it to feel as though they have any type of ulterior motives, and that's what's preventing them from coming forward. Okay. That's kind of respectable. Okay. But then there's this other energy that, I hope this is not like a Jekyll and Hyde thing and it's the same person. I don't think it's the same person. It's a very distinct energy. The second one feels like flat out possessed, right? They feel flat out possessed and they feel very obsessed with you. They feel very malignant, just this yuckiness. It's a yuckiness. So, this is not surprising. Um, there are certain energies within the zodiacs that causes people to become very fixated on you with minimal interaction. That's not uncommon. That's not uncommon. I'm trying to assess where this is going before I even look at the cards. Let me just let the cards tell us. Okay. Let me just, yeah. I'm not going to try and see in advance. Page of Staves in reverse, indecision, reluctance, instability, a gossip, bearer of bad tidings, a person who may break your heart. Ooh, I'm wondering if they're seeing you as someone who could break their heart. And I feel like you actually could. I feel like you actually could. I've never noticed the spiders on the ground. It's kind of gross. So, okay, let's see. Let us see. Let's see what spiders mean. They show the important birth, death, and birth, getting a of evolution and social transformation. Okay. Hmm. Artistry, manifestation, patience, feminine power, ancient wisdom, illusion, balance, and interconnection. So it ties to both those energies because it's this thing of like creation, rebirth, and all of that good stuff. But then there's also this desire to ensnare you in their web of illusion. Leave it to Pisces and empaths to draw this type of energy. You guys, what's going to happen? I'm saying what's going to happen. So indecision and reluctance, instability. I'm feeling like the more positive type energy is feeling reluctant, indecisive. They're feeling very unstable. Um, they're kind of wondering and fearful that they'll be rejected by you. Whereas this other darker energy um has just been really like predatory, very, very predatory in their behaviors. And that predation, I feel like you're picking up on it. I feel like you're very much picking up on it because of the fact that it doesn't feel like it's something new. It doesn't feel like this is something that's going to catch you unaware. It feels like this is something you've probably been dealing with for quite some time. So 5 of coins in reverse, reversal of bad trend, new interest in matters, overcoming ruin, disharmony in marriage or love interest. Okay. Hmm. So, okay. Um, So the dark stuff that you're dealing with, that's going to be reversed. That's going to totally be just, I'm hearing from Michaela, the reversal has been initiated. So whatever that dark energy has been trying to do, it's about to be corrected. There have been a lot of things that have been needed to be put into play, aligned, brought into the mix, and all of that's about to play out in your favor. In your favor. Okay. Too much right here. It's feeling crusty. It's a little too much moisturizer. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. New interest in matters, overcoming room and disharmony. So, I'm wondering if the person who's like majorly crushing on you still in a relationship that hmm. Is this a third party circumstance? You guys, do not involve yourself in a third party circumstance. Do not hope and wish and pray to snatch someone up that is still unavailable, because you know that saying, if they can do it with you, they will do it to you, right? So kind of back on up from that. Back on up from that. Let that be finished out, whatever that is. Um, there's just this like energy that it feels like it's wrapped around you and it's causing a lot of confusion, and it's really going out of its way to try and coerce you, emotionally coerce you into making decisions that are not in your best interest. You have to be aware of the differences between your energy and anything outside of you, because if you're not aware of the differences, what ends up happening is you start being more susceptible, more vulnerable to thought inception. That is a very, very parasitic, full on demonic type behavior. Okay. People who use thought inception, where they're trying to project onto you, impress upon you, um, their opinions and beliefs and whatnot, like that's demonic behavior. When you allow that into your thoughts and you give it, um, ooh, I hear credence. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the etymology. Okay, belief in or acceptance of truth. A small side table for in church for holding the elements of the Eucharist before they are consecrated. Oh, really? That's called a credence? I did not know that. I called it the Jesus box. I'm not even joking. In Catholicism, during Mass time, they have this little ornately adorned box that holds the chalice, the wine, and the Eucharist. No, no, no. It just holds the Eucharist, but they keep the chalice and the wine right beside the box. And I thought it was the Jesus box. So plausibility. Let's see. Credere. Credentia. Believing. So to give it credence. To give it credence. There's this potentiality that someone is using like spiritual concepts to try and box you up, right? You're like the Eucharist, this bread that they seek to consume. Oh my God. Whoa. That is a horrendous message. Oh my God. Tell me I got that wrong. Like, now is not the time to be quiet. I need you to reassure me that I misunderstood that. I really need the reassurance. I'm serious. Tell me that I got that wrong. Marlene. um, that was wrong, right? Why are you both just so quiet? The fuck, y'all are freaking me out. Okay. So it's this like really nutty type message of like someone sees you as something to be consumed. The Eucharist, based on Catholicism, Catholic belief, Catholic beliefs, the Eucharist is not just a representation of the body of Christ, right? Like, I don't know if you guys realize this. In Catholicism, you are taught to believe, if you are a good Catholic, taught the right way, you are taught to believe, to venerate this wafer of flatbread as it is literally the body of Christ. And the blood is the wine. It's literally the blood of Christ. And you are forming a communion with him by taking this into your body. So it's this sense of someone is trying. This is a very malignant, very, very malignant type person. They're trying to consume you. They are trying to box you away. Let's see, what does it mean? Okay. To trap or confine someone or something. Oh my God. The example, he boxed her in so she could not get away from him. I'm not even joking. That's the example that they gave from the freedictionary.com. Okay. This is an intense message. Dark energies cannot touch you. When you allow yourself to be accessible, when you allow yourself to be susceptible to that type of influence, the type of influence that's trying to convince you you have no other options, like it will not stop. Your suffering, your misery will not stop until you comply, until you cave in. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm kind of reaching a point where it's like, I'm going to message my twin. I'm going to message my twin because he needs to occupy this space like ASAP. There is no space for any of that caca. Give me 1 second. Let me find this fool's information. Un momento, por favor. Okay. Hey, Twinny, please. Random ass requests. Please push your frequency to me. Push a lot of it. Of it, please. Love you, boo. I just like, love you, boo. I'll tell you later what's going on. What's going on? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Smooches. That's literally how I talk to him. Okay. So that's sent. Y'all, there is space within your field that is being exploited by this dark energy. Okay. There is space within your auric field that is absolutely being exploited by this energy. And you're needing to make sure that your entire auric field is occupied by what you want it occupied by, right? This little like pocket of space that's reserved for twin energy. It's a little pocket of space for me. My husband dominates the rest of my field. But that little pocket of space, the way parasitics function, I'll explain something to you. The way parasites function is they like to burrow into small spaces, spaces that you would be surprised that they could fit in there, right? So you could take like space this small, that small, and a parasite like this big could squish itself, compress itself into that tiny, tiny little space. And so when it does that, it can fit in there, and given enough time, it depends on the type of strain of parasite, it can then begin to expand the space. As it expands the space, it distorts your field, and the way the etheric code is being transcribed by your body, being interpreted, not transcribed, interpreted by your body, right? The way your body is reading that code. So the etheric code is what communicates to your genetic code, which is what communicates to your cellular matter. This is intense. You got to occupy all the spaces. You got to, Michael goes wrong, twin. I'll call Arkai. Arkai, come on in, boo. You can sit right beside me. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm literally calling Arkai. um, You got to take up all your space in your field, all that space that's left over for doubt. That space you have that's occupied by fear, self doubt, self rejection, self denial, that needs to be taken up by something that is beneficial for you. Okay. You can fill it with your dreams, your hopes. You can fill it with your plans for your future, self love, self realization. The process of self actualization can be used to occupy that. So many different things. So the whole like malignant teachings pertaining to twins is about to ramp up. Okay. The people who are basically allowing themselves to be possessed on the basis of this is how they're going to get their twin back. Okay. First off, that's probably not a twin. Okay. People who try and take ownership of you is not a twin. That's absolute foolery. Okay. It's idiocracy and foolery. Let me be blunt as fuck right now. Okay. People who have to try and convince you that they are your twin, they're full of shit. Let me say that again. People who have to try and convince you that they are your twin and therefore you have to be together, they are full of shit. They're full of shit. They are manipulating you. Okay. If there's something you don't feel organically for yourself before someone else tells you, okay, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. So don't fall for it. Okay. There's going to be a ramping up of people. So then I get it. It's a real twin and someone who's pretending. We have an interloper. We have someone who is a mimic. There is a mimic trying to enter into your space, trying to enter into your auric field, trying so hard to convince you they have ownership of you. Punch them in the ball sack, etheric sack. I'm saying. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Don't believe any of that. Even if you've been already convinced that someone is that you have some type of soul connection with someone, like they've successfully convinced you already. Now put that in a box, put it on the shelf, live your life, and eventually you will begin to understand, like, oh my God, that person is so toxic. I can't believe I let them manipulate me like that. There's a lot of false foolery that's been spread around. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. The twin thing is a real thing, but it's not as prevalent as people think. Like, for real? Serious? Really? You think is that common? You think it's that common? For real? Okay. I'm going to share something with you guys. Let me see if I saved the video. I think I might have. Maybe not. Maybe not. Might have or might have not. Yes, I don't think I saved it. It was lovely. It was a lovely, lovely video. And I loved it because it reminds me of my relationship with my own husband. It's very beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. So I don't have the time or the patience to find it on TikTok. I'm going to have to just tell you. I have a very, very, very special type of relationship with my husband that I don't see too many people having with their life partners. And it's this thing that's a rare type of connection. And I know it's a rare type of connect because I have Capricorn in my Venus. I really don't give a fuck. You do wrong, I'm out. I'm good. We can shut those feelings off like a light switch. Like a light switch. We just turn right off. Turn it all off. It's all good. I'm not going to miss you. I'm not going to think of you. I'm not going to replay situations in my head. I'm just going to be like, well, it's done. Moving on, carrying on. But I can't seem to do that with my husband. Right? He's the only person, the only motherfucker in this world that could make me so angry. Make me so angry. Yet I'm like, God, I fucking love you. I love you. Damn it. And that's the thing, is I know myself. And I know that this is something where I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is not me settling. This is not me being around because he's all I know. This is not me staying married because we have children and I have to remain married for the children. Like, no. I know some people, will try like, oh, you're just married because you're settling. Settling for what? Settling for the best thing ever. Are you fucking kidding me? That's not settling. That's winning the prize. Okay, that's winning the prize. We've been together for going on 24 years at this point. 24 years. And I asked him the other day, I said, honey, do you feel loved by me? And he says, yes, I do. And I said, really? You feel loved by me? He says, yes, I do. And I was like, I don't love you like a friend, right? I love you like a lover. He goes, you're crazy. I know. I love it. You love it. So that's the thing. I don't have to be convinced to stay. I choose to. And I don't choose to stay because I have nowhere else to go. I choose to stay because this is where I want to be. I want to be here. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get to a space where you are only in the places you want to be. You are only being accessed by the people who you want to have access to you. You know what I'm saying? I love you, not like a friend. He's like, stop. You know what that does to me. I do. Okay, carrying forward. So what I'm trying to say is, don't let someone access your spaces because the spiritual F-boy is going strong. Spiritual F-girls as well. Okay? So, Knight of Staves. A journey, advancement into the unknown, alteration, flight, absence, change of residence. You have to move into a different mental house. You have multiple houses within your mental states. You get what I'm saying? So you have to move your mental residence into a house that's no longer condemned. The memory of someone continues to haunt you as long as you remain in the same condemned dwelling that you lived in when you were with them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yes. So you have to allow yourself to grow and change outside of the parameters that you once existed in while you were still accessible by specific individuals. This is how you prevent yourself from being accessed by dark energies. Okay. Death is the next card. Death. Transformation, clearing away the old to make way for the new, unexpected change, alteration, the ending of a familiar situation or friendship, financial loss, beginning of a new era. The ending of a familiar situationship. Like, it needs to be done. Okay. It needs to be done. They can go ahead and pretend to be your Dobby, your personal Dobby. They are not a Dobby. They are a demon. I'm serious. Like, you need to take the stance of this fella right here and be like, the fuck you say to me? The fuck you say? Stop taking people's words in as though they're absolute truth. Some people are just really good at lies. Some people have been so proficient with lying that they've lied to themselves to the degree that they really truly believe the bullshit they're spouting about their ownership over you. Nobody owns you. I don't give a shit about any titles. Nobody owns you. Okay? My husband doesn't own me. I don't own him. We choose to be together. He's not with me because he has nowhere else to go, no one else to be with. You know what I'm saying? It's a choice. It's a choice we both continuously make every day. So you need to start making choices that will deliver you from this yucky energy. Okay. So for some of you, this reading is very much about a yucky energy. I'm not even going to say a dark twin because it gives the impression that there's somehow a twin and need to have access to you. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. That's not a dark twin. That's someone obsessed. That's a toxic fan. They're fanboy and fangirling over you. That's not a twin. It's not. It's not. It is not. There is nothing that was written in the Akashics that says you have to have moments of fornication with a twin. Nothing. Nothing. Do you know why some twins are in a romantic relationship? Some. Most are not. Do you know why some are? Because that gives those bonded pairs continuous access to each other because they have way more to learn. They're playing catch up. They're playing catch up. They're behind on their lessons. Mhm. I'm serious. Yeah, no, people thought for a very long time, and I think this is the first time I've spilled the beans on that. I'm sorry, I just blurted it out. I didn't realize I've never said that before to you guys. I've been aware of this for a very long time. Twins that enter into a romantic union together, they do that because they need to be able to trigger each other to a much deeper degree. And that triggering will accelerate their learning process. Either they're behind or one has learning problems. I'm not even trying to be funny. One has learning problems. And so they need the constant triggering, the constant exposure to the mirror. That's why. Like, and I have what are they called? Oh shit. Learning problems. I do. I have learning problems. So I'm not saying that as a derogatory thing. I'm being very factual about this. You know, I have ADHD, I have dyslexia, I have a whole bunch of different things. I also have hyperlexia. Just a whole bunch of different things, right? And so, like, I don't see it as something that is negative, nor do I communicate it as something intended to be derogatory. It's a very factual observation that the twins who are in romantic union are the pairs who are needing to catch up because either they've taken too long and paused too many lessons, or one of them struggles with learning. So that's not a bad thing, but that's why they have to be in a romantic partnership, a romantic union. That is not a divine union, that is a romantic union. There is nothing that implies divinity just because you're fornicating, just because you are knowing each other in the biblical sense. That doesn't mean anything divine. That is a human process. Fornication is a human activity. Divine souls don't fornicate. I don't know if you guys know this. They don't fornicate. That is something that you do while in flesh. They don't fornicate. So, you know, these people trying to convince you, or if someone has already convinced you that you should be with another person because of a label, they've been lying to you. They've been lying to you either intentionally or they just believe the lie that they were told. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who's spoken to you, but there are quite a few people who are spreading things as though they are absolute truths. The human brain is not designed to handle the gravity of a spiritual absolute, a celestial absolute. We can only accept fragments, little bits at a time. And over the course of your lifetime, you can begin very slowly piecing things together, right? And the more advanced the human consciousness, the more aware the individual becomes of the lack of capacity for the human brain to comprehend fully in a totality the concepts that soul tries to share with us. That's why it is so easy to take this little bit of human perception of a profound, very, very profound spiritual concept and manipulate it to serve their purpose. That's very, very easy for a human being to do. It's very, very, very easy, especially when you can find a group who's like, they feel lost, they don't know, but they've gotten to that threshold where they're ready to learn, they're ready to expand their awareness. That's why you guys have to be extra, 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 extra careful in spiritual groups, because every single spiritual group that I have participated in, that I have been welcomed into, and I'm sorry, y'all, if you're part of those groups still and you're like, oh my God, she's talking shit. I'm spitting truth. Okay. I'm spitting fucking truth. Every single spiritual group that I have allowed myself to be welcomed by and participated with, it's been the same shit. The people who are the leaders, the elders, the respected ones in the group, they do this shit. Why can I not be in a spiritual group? Because I'm so fucking averse to that. I'm the person that's like, no, fucking think for yourself. Why would you want me to tell you what to think and do? Like, yes, hear what I say and then consider it and ask questions and look shit up and then formulate a conclusion on your own. This is what they do. They are predatory in nature. They are so insecure within themselves that they need body counts to validate them. That Emmy, you're an influencer. No, I'm not. I'm a stay-at-home mom that happens to live stream. Let's get that straightened out. I'm a stay-at-home mom that happens to live stream and process my thoughts out loud. I am not an influencer. I am not here to influence you. I am here to initiate conversations within yourself so you can speak to your higher self and get further confirmation and guidance from yourself. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm here to do. I'm not here to amass a following. I'm not here to convince you I'm the end all be all of spiritual information. Those of you who have known me for many years at this point, because some of you have been with me since like what, 2016, 2017, when I literally first began to speak publicly. Have you ever known me to dictate to you what to believe, that I am the truth, the way? Like, fuck that shit. I'm good. I'm good. No, thank you. I'm a stay-at-home mom. My day job is an exorcist. I do exorcisms privately. I'm also, oh, guys, guess what? I'm going to be adding to my list. It's not going to be on ME Evolving. It's going to be on Soulwork Synergistics. I have a mentor that is working with me in how to properly do all of my ministry stuff and how to structure everything properly so that it's in full compliance with all codes, all everything, right? And they were speaking with me in depth recently about why I haven't considered doing weddings for people, like marrying people and doing baptisms and ordaining other ministers. Well, now I'm going to. Now I'm going to. I still have to, do all the logistics of policy and procedure for all of that, just so that everything is in compliance. But yeah, do you want me to marry you? I promise I'll behave. I promise I'll behave. Yeah, I can go ahead and marry people. I am a licensed reverend. Mhm. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? If you want to address me in a disrespectful manner, you better put reverend at the start of that sentence, motherfucker. I'm joking. I'm joking. I can baptize people. So maybe that's something that we can do as a virtual event. And then in regards to ordaining ministers, you would have to be certified in my Kokoro 33 program. That's part of the requirement. That's part of your education. My Kokoro 33 certification program, it teaches you about spiritual integrity, spiritual safety. That's a huge, huge, huge emphasis program. Anyone who's been part of my certification program, you know this. That's part of what I do. And yeah, this might seem like it's just a live stream, but every morning you spend with me, as most of you already know, we're going to church. This is church. This is a virtual service. Church. Okay. So I'm just saying, yes, I could remarry people as well. I'm recognized as a religious body. Mm, what? All right. So let's move it forward. Yes, let's move it forward. Forward. Knight of Coins. A mature and responsible person relies on methodical, patient, persistent ability to conclude a task, laborious and organized. This is the good one. This is the good energy that is considering a reconnection, not accessing you, but reconnecting with you. Maybe just having conversation, maybe reaching out just to catch up. I'm not sure, but this is someone who is considering that type of thing. Yo, the amount of. All right. Okay. Let me just organize this really quick. Okay. So this is a lot. Okay. We have 7 of Cups in reverse. Desire, determination, willpower, a goal nearly attained, intelligent choice. This is the good individual, not the malignant one. Okay. You need to push that malignant one completely far away. They should not be accessing any of your energy. I'm about to flex my arms no, I'm kidding. My arm is starting to cramp. I need to stretch that out. I was getting all tense and stuff. So my arm is cramping. We also have the King of Swords, an active and determined person, experienced, controlled, commanding, a professional man, highly analytic, justness, force, and superiority. This is the superior one. But here's the thing. You also have one who's trying to mimic that energy, right? A person who may pursue a matter to ruin, conflict, selfishness, sadism, a dangerous or wicked person, one who causes unnecessary disturbance and sadness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a mediocre mimic. Mediocre. Yeah. That's the one that's trying to convince you that they are your counterpart, that they are somehow your equal. Let me tell you another fact. Not everyone is going to be your equal. Not everyone who stands before you or walks past you is your equal. And it's not because you believe you are superior. It's because they choose to operate and conduct themselves in such an inferior manner. Anyone who attempts to dominate you by virtue of that desire to dominate, they have admitted that you are the superior one, and therefore they are trying to harvest your energy in order to convince themselves and anyone who witnesses that they in fact are powerful. Do powerful people need to do that? No. No, they don't. Powerful people are powerful, and anyone who comes across them knows they are powerful. Do I have to say I'm powerful? Or can you just tell? Do I have to announce to you the gravity of me? Or can you simply observe and something about me, like you can just tell? You can just tell, like, okay, there's something about this girl. I don't know what it is. She's not like other people. She's not like other people. There's something. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know how it's making me feel yet, but there's something. What you have here is someone who is so basic, and they absolutely want to try and convince you and other people through association with you that they are powerful. Nope. Powerful people don't have to do that. Powerful people do not have to do that. Who do I have to associate myself with to have some type of credibility? Not a damn person. Who do I have to associate myself with so that you'll believe that I have the abilities that I say I have? Not a damn person. Not a damn person. Okay, we entering into a messy space. Let me just sprinkle a little bit of messy on this. My stalker in Switzerland is trying and has been trying to publicly associate himself with me and my work to lend credibility to his own bullshit, which is basically my work that's been stolen. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's demon horita behavior. When someone needs to associate themselves with you by some type of spiritual title, by some type of attempts to convince you that you have no option but to be associated, that is not just a red flag. That's the red flag, the fucking pole, the concrete that holds the pole, the flag company across the street, and all the fucking employees. That's what that is. Hold your own space. You are powerful in your own right. You are not powerful because you're associated with me or because you watch me. You are powerful in your own right. And sharing space with me gives you the courage to tap more into your power. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 You have an intrinsic worth, an intrinsic power, an intrinsic purpose. You were born with all of these things. You don't need someone outside of you to tap into those things. Oh, but Emmy, you have sessions, yes, to assist you. That's it. I cannot give you abilities that you don't already naturally have in your morphogenetic template. I can facilitate things. I can assist you in a process that your soul has initiated. I can push it through for you. I can help that. Can I create things? Baby boo, I come from God. I'm not God. I come from God, but I am not God. Okay? I am a human being, stay to mom. I cannot do things that are on a God level. And that's the thing. We all are there at the same level with capabilities that will help to facilitate the direction that our life is going, to help us get to a space where we can openly and courageously live our purpose as it was designed to be lived. How fucking beautiful is that? But when you allow these dark mofos who want to control you, who want to dominate you, who want to try and coerce you into all kinds of, like, no. Mm-mm. I promise you, the people who do this and threaten you if you don't comply, they were planning things that are malignant anyways. Whether you comply or not, they were going to do horrible things to you anyways. Once they had gotten everything they could possibly get in their mind, once they are done harvesting what they want to harvest, everything else is disposable about you. That's how some people operate. And so, what am I saying? That we need to be afraid and victims? No. There's people who are like that. Avoid those fuckers. It's simple. Avoid them and gravitate to the people who are like you, who want to grow peacefully together in harmony, celebrate this unified diversity, you know, just have an amazing life coexisting. Gravitate towards those people. Go to them. Stop wasting your time trying to be a healer for someone who's not broken. These are not broken people. These are people who are choosing to identify as the toxicity they've received from someone else at some point in their life. You cannot override their sovereign free will. I've come across so many people who other people have talked so much shit about, right? As though they're a bad person. And I'm over here like, my energy tells you, I expect your highest degree of authenticity at all times. You want to be around me? That's my expectation. You will not disrespect me. I will not be disrespectful to you. There will be this mutually beneficial, cohesive attempt to empower each other, support each other, protect each other. I have plenty of people in my life who are hated by other people, but are so fucking amazing to me always. Always. They would never betray me. They would never try and use me. They would never be hurtful or harmful towards me. Because why? Because I see the goodness in you, and that is all I'm willing to allow around me. And if you're going to be bad, you got to go somewhere else. Take that somewhere else, not here. I will not allow you to disappoint me. I will not allow you to revert in my presence. The moment you choose to is the moment I choose to not be present. You can be who you are. But this is the small window that I will allow you to get through. And if you are going to bloat yourself with toxicity, you will not fit. And that's okay. You can keep watching from the outside. I have no hatred towards you, but I will not tolerate bullshit fucking behavior. I won't. Anyone who knows me personally knows this about me. I will not tolerate any type of bullshit fucking behavior. That's why my life is peaceful. That's why my life is peaceful. The very few people who have been allowed into the dwellings that I occupy with my family, one of the first things that they say that they notice is inside the house feels different than any other space they've been in. It feels like the walls are made of love. Because I will not tolerate any of that bullshit. Even my children know this. You can tell me that I made you mad. You can tell me you disagree with the decision that I've made. You can tell me I'm being annoying, but you better tell me that shit in a respectful manner. Because I won't even tolerate you cussing under your breath. I promise you. I promise you, I will not tolerate that type of toxicity. You can feel what you feel and you can express that to me. I'll let you say whatever you want to say, but you better believe I will not let you disrespect me. I don't think so. I don't think so. You have to enter into this space where you are the one deciding what is allowed in your space. You have to. To date, I've only had 2 people on TikTok try and be disrespectful to me. Oh no, 3. 3 people. 3 people. Which I responded. Because you're going to learn. You're not going to come here for your jollies. Okay? I will emasculate the shit out of you and place your severed testicles in a satin bag on your dresser. You're not doing that here. You're not doing that here. You notice the comment section of my live streams are peaceful. We don't get trolls very often. It's very rare to get a troll. You guys notice that? Because I cultivate my space. See, you're either going to choose to be on that side of the fence where you're going to do whatever you could possibly do to try and amass the largest possible following because you need that to validate yourself, because this, because that, or you're going to stay on the side of the fence where I'm at, where it's about integrity. It's about alignment, resonance, integrity, personal power, empowerment of others. You have to make a choice. If you truly want to be spiritual, you have to stop choosing the same basic human struggles. That is a choice. When you choose to validate yourself through the showboating of material things, that is a choice. That's a choice. For the longest time, if you ever met me in person, it's still till now, okay? Still till now. The only reason I drive a different car, which is still a used car, is because I needed something 4x4. Yeah. So one of my siblings, when I decided to go back to California temporarily to help take care of my mom, we were going to try and get a rental property together. And I had to provide financial statements as part of the requirement for the application. Of course, because he's a realtor, he's the one that saw my financial statements. And when he saw that, he was like, why the fuck do you dress like you're homeless and drive a piece of shit car? Wow, you're rude as fuck, bro. He's like, why do you do that? There's nothing wrong with my clothes or my car. It works. And we haven't had to repair it. It works. It fits my family and it works. There's nothing wrong with a car. It has air conditioning and all the windows roll up. There's nothing wrong with that car. I validate myself day in and day out by finding the courage to be publicly witness in whatever stage I'm in. I am my own validation. And that's that. I don't need to show any type of material anything. I am my own validation. My own validation. You need to enter into a space where you are your own validation. It does not matter how much money you make or how little you make or any of that. My stance has always been this way. Even when I was stranded in a parking lot for 5.5 months in a 20-something-year-old RV that leaked from bumper to bumper, had no running water, no fridge, no electric, no generator. I was still valid as fuck. What you saying? I'm still super valid. I still have value. No one gets to take that away from you. But you do have the ability, the authority to give that value away when you believe people who are trying to convince you you are less than what you actually are. You know how much you are. And just because you don't want to believe that you carry that value does not mean that value is negated. I've been live streaming since 2016. How many years is that? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we're approaching 7 years at this point, right? I still don't know why you guys would listen to me. I still don't know why you would put any value in my opinions. I still don't know how you tolerate some of my salty ass attitude. I don't know. It's not for me to know. It's not for me to understand. It's for me to accept that there is something valuable in something I say for someone. And I don't get to tell you that you are wrong in your validation of my value. I don't get to tell you that. I don't get to do that. So I don't need to understand why there's value. Just because you don't understand your value does not negate your value. That's what I'm trying to get at. We are mirrors of each other. When you allow that dark energy in, they be doing some real funky stuff to your perception. The devil. Subordination, ravage, bondage, malevolence, subservience, downfall, weird experience, bad outside influence or advice, black magic, unexpected failure. So you have the death card and the devil card. You pair that with the testing of the lover's card. This is a period where you are being tested to see if you will choose yourself and your growth, your peace, your stability, or if you're going to continue with the same cycles. All the spiritual people are telling you, like, you have to martyr yourself. You have to offer the other cheek. You know, that's what you have to do. You have to have compassion for them because, you don't know their story. Well, if they haven't taken the time to understand my story and why I have no compassion for their story, I mean, really though, tit for tat? Probably. 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 Just because you were wounded by someone else does not give you the right to bleed your freaking necrotic fluids all over me. I don't think so. I will not rot with you. No, there's nothing spiritual about that. I used to think it would be spiritual and very, evolved for me to allow someone to ooze their necrotic plasmas all over me and infect me with it because, like I'll bleed for you. No, no, I finally come to understand there are many, many, many people in this world who are waiting to cross my path and they need me at my most healthiest. And so, no, I will go ahead and give you the bandages and instruct you on how to cleanse that wound yourself or call the hospital for you. But I will not allow you to bleed all of your infectious toxicity into me. I don't think so. I don't think so. No. There is nothing spiritually advanced about that practice. Nothing at all. So you have to allow yourself to exit out of those cycles that are teaching you to offer yourself up for slaughter. We have the justice card in reverse. Bias, false accusations, bigotry, severity in judgment, intolerance, unfairness. Yep. This is what they'll say to you. You're being so unfair. That I'm seeing you for what you are and where you are? Is that what it is? That's unfair? This right here. This right here. Yes. For a long time, I say like a year or so, we didn't have a car. And so my husband and my oldest son had to ride their bicycles, their BMX bikes, to the grocery store. And it was something like a 13-mile bike ride to go grocery. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Any errand, I couldn't go with them because they needed to bike ride. And my knees could not handle that. So my oldest son and my husband would go and ride the bike literally 13 miles. It was not uncommon for my husband to ride his bike about 20 something miles a day. Yeah. Mhm. He's not the type of man with scrawny ass legs. I'm saying, men, we don't want a gorilla with atrophied hindquarters. 3 miles for HBC. Was it 13 miles for work one way? Yeah. some shit. We've been through a lot of shit together. That's why I know he's the perfect person for me. No one else could survive the shit that I've been through with him. 5 miles for Walmart, 3 miles for HBC. Sometimes they'd have to go to both because my kids have allergies, and there are things that cannot be bought at HBC that have to be bought at Walmart and vice versa. And then they would have to carry all those groceries in backpacks. You know what I'm saying? See there. Yeah, and he never complained. He never complained. HCB, HBC, whatever. You know I have fucking dyslexia. HEB. Stop. You know, at HEB, they had this grill that was in the form of ball. And then I was in the front because my husband and my friend, he drove us to the grocery store, right? He happened to be visiting that day. He drove us to the grocery store and they decided to smoke in the front seat. And so I got a contact high. They hotboxed the whole fucking Prius. Was it a Prius? I don't know. They hotboxed the whole fucking car. And I was just like, and you know, I'm not compatible with cannabis, right? So we got to the front of HEB and they had a grill in the shape of a bull. And I was like, you know, this reminds me of a torture device from antiquity. They used to put the captives in the metal bull. They would lock them in there. And then they would set a fire under the bull, and then their screams would bellow out the bull's face. And my husband was totally like, what the fuck are you two talking about? Because me and my homie, we were like, yeah. And then next thing you know, because we were high as fuck, the worker comes over and I was like, hey, have you heard of torture devices from antiquity? And he's like, no. Yeah. And he walked into the store without us. He's like, fuck this. I'm out. I was like, where's my husband? Where's my husband? It's your fault. You're the one that got us all high. I didn't want none of that. I thought there was an invisible barrier that would prevent the smoke from coming to the backseat. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. And my husband had to keep like loudly whispering to me, you're being so fucking loud. No, I'm not. It's like, yes, you are. You gotta whisper. Okay, I will whisper. And he's like, you're still loud when you whisper. Motherfucker, you got me high. This is why I don't partake. This is why, okay? This is why. Y'all act like I wanted to be high and loud, talking about torture devices of antiquity. Knight of Cups in reverse. Subtlety. Trickery, a sly and cunning person, a person capable of swindling. See what I'm saying? There are two energies here, two energies here, right? Two energies. You got to differentiate between the two because one is trying to trick you. One is trying to trick you probably to access your kitty cat or something. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. It's just, I'm saying it's bad. It's bad. Don't let that into your space. Don't let that person around you. Don't listen to anything they have to say. Like people, you send me death threats via email. You immediately get blocked and it just gets saved. No one reads your shit anymore. I'm not even joking. None of my team will read your shit. I won't even see it. It will just get dumped into a folder and then archived in multiple devices. And it just sits there and waits until legal shit needs to happen. We don't give a fuck. We are peaceful. All right. So allowing your fire to go ahead and be the very thing that corrects your perception of your duality. You're upside down in your perception of your duality will be, right? The equator, to make equal. Yes, you need someone who is an equal, and whoever it is that's like harassing you, trying to convince you, they're not your equal, they're mediocre. We don't mediocrity. Seriously. Sorry. We don't do mediocrity and we don't do lack of intelligence. Those are the two things. Those two things enough to like push you away by the forge. Like that. Like that. Okay, just push you away. You suffer from those two things, those two afflictions, it's just enough to cut you out. We just cut you out. Don't be sorry about having standards for the people who are in your life. I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. Don't be sorry for having minimal standards of intelligence. You don't have to know what I know, but you have to operate with some level of intelligence. I'm not even joking, because really, nope, nope, no, 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 no. At least some basic level of intelligence. Okay. I don't need to be going deeper into that. Hearth in reverse. So comfort, hearth. Someone's very uncomfortable. They're very upside down in their perception of you. You're like the baby. They're like the puppy that's in love with you. There's someone who's really, 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 really just, they love you so much. They don't know what to do. I assume that's the other energy. There's two energies, right? Breathe and life. Ooh, you take someone's breath away. You take someone's breath away, and it's this thing of like, gosh, they're barely, hold on, they're barely coming out of their cocoon. You know, it's this thing where breathing in your essence really, really just is very, very healing for this person. Definitely not trying to convince you to seek a romantic connection with whoever this is. This is more like a need to understand the gravity of the connectivity, the connection potential that you have, whoever this person is. Expansion north. This is going to be something that if you allow it in, oh, okay, so, okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. So the sense that I'm getting is that because these two energies are juxtaposed, right? One is just so disgusting and subpar, and the other is like very much in alignment. There's resonance. There is this it's a beautiful reflectivity. It's like reciprocal reflection. And so you're having these two kind of present at the same time because each one will better define the other in a more nuanced manner. So when you have someone that is so good and healthy for you, and then you look at this person, you understand how bad their behavior is. Because let's face it, Pisceans and empaths, we have this horrendous fucking habit of making excuses for people who don't deserve to have excuses made for them. Oh, well, they're just this. Oh, well, because they've experienced that. You know what? No, 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 no. Do that, create a major problem for yourself. That is quite possibly the root causation of a lot of the bullshit that you've had to endure. I have done this to myself so many years over and over and over, making excuses for the most toxic people. And the ones I make excuses for are usually the ones who go out of their way to be horrendous when they can no longer access me. Yep. They have a tendency to be the very people who go out of their way to be nasty, to involve other people in their desire. They will recruit people to hate me just like them. Why do they hate me? Well, because they can no longer access me, and that's it. That's it. Right? That's it. And just because you guys are most aware of this particular one, the stalker from Switzerland, that fucker right there. Yeah, no, that should have never been allowed to happen. But guess what? I made excuses like, oh, they're just, I don't think they're, they understand their behavior. And no, toxic as fuck. Toxic as fuck. Now, because I'm like, nope, that's it. I'm gonna fucking go full legal now. Um, Consistent death threats. Yeah, consistent death threats. Uh-huh. When you allow things to get out of hand, remember, you allowed things to get out of hand. I'm not saying you deserved it. I'm not saying you started it. I'm not saying that it's because of you, it's your fault. No. When you allow things to get out of hand, remember that you allowed it. That means you have to begin realizing if you have the power to allow it and to let it get to that degree, that means you have the power to stop it and not let it go anywhere. Now, obviously, it's a lot harder to stop a train that's going full speed than it is to stop a train that's barely started rolling down the tracks, right? So, if you don't want the dark energies to touch you, you have to face palm their fucking ass before they can even get started. You have to give them no spaces to occupy within your life, within your thoughts, within your energetic field. You have to allow the expansion of your self love. You have to allow the people who have the capacity to love you in the healthiest of ways and respect and maintain your boundaries to be the ones to occupy the spaces of nothingness inside you. We all have little pockets of nothingness where we feel as though we've had to give up parts of ourselves, right? Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that too, Lisa. I saw a meme that said when someone recruits someone else to hate you, chances are they don't even like each other, but they recognize your power. So teaming up to take you down won't work either. Yep. Very true. Very, very, very true. Very true. Bushfires, fury. So as you remove access to yourself, whoever is trying to access you of dark intentions, dark energy, they're going to try and start bushfires. Okay. They are going to start bushfires and they're going to have a fury about them. That's okay. Be a weatherbender. Send some fucking rain. Bushfires can't survive a fucking deluge, right? Be a weatherbender. Allow yourself to weatherbend. Allow yourself to put out the fires. Now, they can burn down their own abode, but you don't let them go anywhere near yours. You don't let them touch yours. You don't let them do any of that. So, I guess the better person, the good person, the one that's healthy energy for you to interact with, they are working up the courage to cross oceans for you. Okay. They are working up the courage to do that. So, card number 43, magic, alchemy, but it's in reverse. There's nothing about you that you need to change. Okay. There is something about your environment that should be changed. And that probably involves the removal of the toxic people who have been allowed to access you through your life. Now, completion, west. The puzzle pieces are coming. You will begin to better understand the things you need to understand. Mystery, dark matter. See what I'm saying? Card number 38. If you look at Gematria, 100% at 1010. Are you guys familiar with Gematria? The number 38 is not. But I don't do Gematria, so For me, 38, 3 is the number of a solid foundation from which to reunify your parts. There is a mystery, there is something that's hidden, there's something that maybe you're not aware of yet, but it's pertaining to dark matter, okay? Yeah, no, you guys should totally look up gematria. It's a little bit of rabbit hole, so be careful. Okay, this is a little bit of a rabbit hole. I can't do gematria just because it will send my brain into hyper overdrive. Card number 37, attraction, magnetism. See, look, it's a countdown. It's a countdown. They're both in reverse. Someone who is upside down in their beliefs, in their logic, in their energy, in their integrity, they are very much drawn to you like a magnet. And it's not because you are a bad person, it's because they are seeking the antithesis of who they are. They feel wildly off balance. And so they're seeking you out as a way to balance themselves through consumption of you. Fuck that. They can go to a grocery store or a restaurant. You're not consuming shit from me. Yeah, I'm saying, I know what I'm saying. Card number 20, enough. Have you had enough yet? Have you had enough yet? You were born enough. You were born enough, but because of your perception and your hesitation and the ways in which you've kept yourself small, one of your wings is cramped. You have a muscle imbalance. You're going to have to work that out. You're going to have to work that out so that way dark energies cannot touch you. Card number 43, inner life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. It is a garden to be cultivated, not a dumping ground. When you exist as a sanctuary for other people, those other people should not treat your sanctuary as a dumping ground. And if they do, that means they need to be very lovingly escorted out of your sanctuary. This is about having standards. You need to have standards for yourself. Stop being so afraid of losing the most toxic people who treat you the worst. Why are you afraid to lose that? Because you might find something better. I'm telling you, that's why they're trying to create and amplify this fear inside you of losing them, because they know for a fact you will find something better. You'll find something better. As a matter of fact, something better will probably find you as you go through your healing process. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Card number 36, confusion, growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. This is in reverse. So it's telling me that you have not been allowing yourself to grow in the way you've been intended to grow. All right. You've been drowning yourself in the sorrows of other people. That's not what you're meant to do. That's not what you're designed to do. Your destiny is not to be a Dobby. Okay. You are not a house elf. So I want y'all to say this with me. I'm completely serious. It is not my destiny to be a Dobby. It is not destiny to be a Dobby. It is not my destiny to be a Dobby. Please say that. It is not my destiny to be a Dobby. Because it's not. It is not your destiny to be someone's Dobby. You are a magical motherfucker. Start acting like it. I'm saying. Start acting like it. Start living like it. I'm telling you, my husband loves my spice, right? He loves it when I'm spicy. And I'm just like, I'm not afraid of no younger women. Why? Motherfucker, I'm magical as fuck. You know how many unicorns you're gonna find in your life? Probably just one, if that. I'm a fucking unicorn. I ain't no Dobby. Are you kidding me? Please. Please. I'm magical as fuck. I'm saying it's not our destiny to be a Dobby. My friend had posted something on IG. If you're more likely to reach out first than stop, when you stop, you'll see how many dead plants that surround you. Yep. Yes. Yes. I'm so thankful. Here, let me put this up there. Oh, are you otaku? Okay. I'm sorry. Stop. Okay. Um I came across something like that a while ago, and I am so thankful for that perception because it's this thing of it really helps me to regulate myself. I get so caught up in work stuff and all of these different things that it becomes this thing where if I haven't heard from my BFFs in a day or two, or because they go through their own things, right? They usually are the ones who will message. But if I haven't heard from them in like a day or two, I make sure to go out of my way to like, hey, how's everyone doing? Because I don't ever want them to feel like the only reason we're friends is because of the effort they put into it. And they know, I am really just super busy, but I also want them to always know I'm not too busy to take time out for you because you are important to me, right? The people who are super duper important to me, I try my best to at least take some time out once in a while and reach out and just kind of, you know, let them know like, hey, hi, hello. All right. Card number 8, Weeping Wound. You are not your wounds. So, what did I tell you guys? Do not allow someone to bleed all over you as though they have some entitlement to spread their toxicity. Were you the one that cut them? No? Okay. So then, no. Are you a licensed medical professional? Yes? Okay. So don't you use PPE? You don't just be touching someone's wounds with no gloves. You don't debride their wounds, cleanse their wounds with no facial shield and some type of gown. Okay. Even as a licensed medical professional, you don't allow other people's fluids to enter your space. You take the necessary measures to prevent cross contamination, to prevent unnecessary exposure. You know what I'm saying? Okay, card number 15. Oh. Distorted desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. So this is for the toxic person. This toxic person has this distorted desire for you because remember what I was saying earlier. The consumption of you, the domination of you can help to feed the parts within them that are deficient, defunct. Number 14, wishful expectations. Acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life. They are so good. I don't even identify as spiritual at this point. I don't identify as spiritual. I don't identify as anti-religion either. I identify as a stay-at-home mom. I identify as a stay-at-home mom, and this wishful expectation, acknowledging the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. I do that a lot, but see, it's in reverse, and this is not my reading. This is telling me that for some of you, this is a very true thing, that you do not acknowledge the smoke and mirrors. You try and convince yourself that like, no, they'd never. They wouldn't. They would never. But in your heart, because you're like, oh shit, they would. They would. They absolutely would. Yeah, they would. They would. They literally would. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about people's capacity, their willingness to be hurtful and harmful. Not everyone is hurtful and harmful. But see, I have to make it very, very clear and really truly emphasize this, because there's so much that is propagated through spiritual communities that teaches you and encourages you and gaslights you into remaining in a space of martyrdom. Martyrdom is emotional manipulation. You are not a manipulator. So stop martyring yourself. Because no matter how much you martyr yourself, you cannot control the way they receive you, your energy, your intentions. Martyring yourself to seem like a good person for other people is not going to teach them you're a good person. It's going to teach them the lengths you'll go to and how they can exploit that. That's all it teaches. Okay. Card number 27, renewal. Regeneration begins with decay, but it's in reverse. Things have been already decaying, yet you haven't been using it to help regenerate. Instead, you've been using the presence of the decay to further verify for you, validate for you how you don't deserve growth. Because look, everything is rotting. Yeah, but that's how you initiate the process of supplementing the mineral content of the soil. That's how you ensure a very healthy soil so that it can grow a very healthy plant. That's how you ensure it. You know, one time I met with one of the owners of Durango Botanicals, this amazing CBD company that closed down recently or last year. I met with him in one of our first meetings. Um, like we had a fabulous conversation because he was talking about how he basically grows all of his things organically, right? He grows his own food. He raises his own livestock as well, and he processes the meat himself. And we were talking about the hemp that he grows. And he was talking about, like, most people don't understand that if you start with very healthy soil, get the soil right to begin with, the plant will be so healthy that no parasites can come and feed on the plants, because plants come with their own defensive capacity. And that really struck me. The soil with which we grow in, it's usually deficient because our parents have been deficient, and their parents and their parents and their parents. So how could we ever possibly be healthy if the soil we grow in is not healthy? So then it's no wonder that pretty much everyone has a parasitic circumstance. You got to go deep down into the soil. Got to make sure the soil is healthy. You got to make sure you have the proper contents in that soil. So most people know this. I'm like super de-duper. I geek off plants. I fucking love plants, right? And I found this one thing. It's a soil inoculant. And so I had to repot a couple of my plants. I really got it for my Monstera. And I went to repot the Monstera and I had a whole bunch of the inoculant left. So when I went to go replant a whole bunch of my other house plants into larger pots, I went ahead and included the inoculant. Now, this inoculant, you can't dissolve it in water and water it. You have to do it when you repot. It has to be in the soil where the roots can reach it. And so I did that. And within a week or 2 weeks, there was explosive growth in my plants. And when I lifted the nursery pot out of the holder, I was like, holy shit, all the fucking roots are out. Like, it was so much explosive growth. The plants became so bushy and so happy because the soil finally had what it needed. It had the proper support, the proper fuel. The inoculants were not just to feed the plant. It was to remedy all of the deficiencies in the soil. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was maybe like 3-4 inches of root growth within 2-3 weeks. In the first week, the roots were already out of the bottom of the pot. By the second week, there was another inch or two. 3 weeks or so, there was like close to 5 inches of roots. I was like, oh my God, I'm not repotting your ass. You're a partial hydroponic now. Now you're going to be a partial hydroponic. I don't give a shit. I'm not buying all new pots. I just bought pots. It was fabulous growth. I've never seen things grow like that. Card number 32, Eternal Gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. You see, it's in reverse. There is a positive and a negative aspect of every given thing. Any given topic, you can use it in a beneficial or a detrimental way. It's time for you to begin gatekeeping your peace. Not everyone should be allowed into your sanctuary. Bottom line. Card number 2, Radical Curiosity, seeing as if for the first time every time. Nope. You've allowed yourself to be desensitized to the poor treatment. So, what are my thoughts on depression? Well, first and foremost, I'm not a licensed mental health professional, so these are just my opinions. I believe depression has to do with an imbalance pertaining to your perception of the past that is further amplified and distorted by a demonic presence. It can be cleared without the use of medication. But again, I am not a licensed mental health professional. I am not a licensed pharmacist or any of that. These are just my opinions. Card number 16, Cancer. I feel. Your feelings are your God. The soul is your temple. So what this is telling us is you can be assured emotions are high. You may want to withdraw, or you may be dealing with someone who is withdrawn or depressed at this time. There's a feeling of being connected to the unseen world, and this includes the world of ghosts and spirits. This card can indicate inherited psychic abilities and even witch blood. There is a typhoon of power behind Cancer's strong feelings. So several things that come to mind. With that type of information, one of the people that you are needing to address, one of the people that's become an issue for you in your life, that's pumping dark energy into your field through their presence and their behaviors, they're using emotions to destabilize. Either they are already destabilized, or they are in the process of becoming destabilized, and it's in turn destabilizing you because you're probably an empath. Now, this card can indicate inherited psychic abilities and even witch blood. There's a typhoon of power behind Cancer's strong feelings. There's a potentiality that this is someone who is using dark practices to try and force your compliance, bend your will to theirs. That's a big no-no. That is a big no-no. Where they are using witchcraft, they're using spells, they're using all sorts of different things, energy work and blah, 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 to try and force you to do what they want. You know, I don't know. For me, that would justify an etheric throat punch. Just right there. Right there. You know what I'm saying? That's ugly. That's ugly. Is there a need? Do you guys have a need to have me teach my morphogenetic fundamentals workshop again? Because I wasn't planning to teach that again. The fundamentals workshop teaches you the bare basics of energy work. It's like the bare basics. of energy work so that you can begin like harnessing your own energy. Um, hmm. I don't know what my schedule looks like. I don't know when I'll have time. We'll see. We'll see, because people need to know how to work their energy. They really, really do. The reason people are able to get away with this kind of stuff is because you don't know how to stop them, you know? And someone's like, well, then you should just teach us. Yeah, I do. I have an academy. You can purchase a ticket to my class. The information I teach is ridiculously powerful. And yes, I will gatekeep that. And if you feel like it's information that's supposed to be owned by everyone, well, I dare you to try and take it. Mhm. I said what I said. I said what I said. Don't feel so entitled hiding between. I can still hear your thoughts. I'm not here to be a martyr. If you understood the gravity of what I teach, the true gravity of the potentiality of what I teach, you'd understand that the prices I charge for the work that I do is extremely reasonable for the quality that I provide, the quality of service that I provide. So it's okay for you guys to have standards and hold to those standards, right? It's okay for you to keep what is precious to you and not have to share that. This is what I'm talking about. When spiritual people get all up in their feelings and thinking they're entitled because it's for it's not for everyone. Because if it's for everyone, then you'd know this stuff already yourself. Fuck out of here with your shit. Then why weren't you born with those memories intact? Huh? Why? Because you're irresponsible. That's why. That's why. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. People need to stay in their lane. And whatever you need to do to remain in your peace is what you need to do. Now, me speaking up, I promise you that person's probably not going to comment. That's fine. That's fine. But at least you know that's a boundary you can't cross. And that is how I maintain the peace in my life. There was nothing vicious about what I said. It's all factual for me. There was no venom in the delivery. Your feelings got hurt. That's for you to resolve. Mhm. That doesn't make me a mean person. I'm still quite possibly one of the nicest, most helpful, most generous, most loving, most helpful people you will ever come across. But your girl got standards now. You see, I'm not a doormat. Sorry, you came too late. You came looking for 2017 Emmy in the end of 2022. Couple years too late. Yeah, I'm not a doormat anymore. Why? Because I finally chose to stand the fuck up. That's why. And I encourage all of you to stand the fuck up as well. There's no point in having standards if you're still going to lay there and let people trample all over you as though they are blessing you with the bottoms of their boots. I don't fucking think so. If I'm going to serve as a template for other people's process of spiritual empowerment, you're going to see every part of me. Whatever part of me that needs to come out is the part that will come out. No, I'm not ashamed for having this moment where I am showing through my actions what it means to have courage, what it means to stand up and speak up, what it means to have boundaries and to enforce them in a healthy manner, what it means to love myself and value myself. You're witnessing it being applied right now. I have nothing to be ashamed about. Absolutely nothing. And if more of us actually took this type of stance where you can hold your ground and you're not angry, you're not needing to like yell to be heard, I think more people will be held accountable for their actions and they won't be so bold in their attempt to distort your perception of yourself and your worth. They actually only do that when they think they can get away with it. You can't get away with it. Not here, not with me. You can't get away with it. I will never apologize for knowing my worth, yet still remaining within a space of consideration for people's budgets. Just because I appear to be relatable does not mean we are equals. Because I would never ask someone to reduce their worth and give to me something I don't deserve with zero compensation. Mhm. It's important, you guys. It's very, very important for you to be able to have courage even in the face of fear, for you to be able to speak your truth and know that it is your truth without anyone being able to convince you that you are wrong for being truthful in your needs, in your perceptions. The work that I do, it has a very powerful elevation of capacity to completely alter the course of your life. And it's probably because I don't talk about it enough, because I don't want to seem as though I'm bragging. So that's something I definitely still need to work on within myself. But the gravity of the work that I do is unlike any other work you see. I don't know any other energy workers who have neurologists referring their clients, who have functional medicine doctors, naturopaths, occupational doctors doing all of this. I don't know any other energy worker that has the robust medical documentation from multiple patients of mine to illustrate messianic level healing. You work galactic level, I work messianic. I'm telling you, if you understood the gravity of the work that I do, you'd understand how fucking humble I keep myself. A couple years back, my husband was telling me that I might need to wild the fuck out sometimes and really just let motherfuckers know that they're so far fucking outranked by me because I be playing normal too much. And it makes people think that they really are on my level. I don't know. Doesn't feel like me though. It doesn't feel like me. I want everyone to be beside me. And if I have to lower myself a little bit, it's okay. I want people to feel comfortable with me. I don't want people to worship me. But don't get that shit twisted. Just because I can care and consider to that degree does not mean I've forgotten how fucking powerful and valuable I am as an individual. Don't get that shit twisted at all. I'm a very complex individual. I can have multiple levels of existence simultaneously. And again, don't misunderstand my humble nature to be a sign of weakness. and a point of exploitation. I will not fucking share anything I don't want to share. Then you can't make me. You can't make me. You can't. You can't. How does it feel to know that I've gently placed you back in your proper place? You have no authority here. You have no authority over me. No one has any authority over any of you. The only authority people have over you is the authority that you give them. That's it. So stop giving them the authority to dictate to you how you are to live, what your value is, what you are to think, what your destiny is, all of that. That's bullshit. Don't let people dictate that to you. Discover that for yourself. Discover that within you, within your experiences, within your connections. Allow yourself to really be this beacon of light in the darkest nights. When that is your destiny, yes, you will inadvertently draw all the darkest of things to you by just being who you are. That does not mean you deserve the malignancy that some people choose to infuse their darkness with. That is their choice. Darkness is not intrinsically evil. When someone chooses to enter into a dark space and use that dark space as a cover for their malignancy, it emboldens them. It causes them to think and feel as though, oh, no one can see what I'm doing. I see everything. I just like to play normal. I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a really good actress because some people have totally believed to the deepest degree that I am normal. I'm not. I'm definitely not. And it's okay. I celebrate that now. I used to hide it away and think that I would be more acceptable until I realized that was another illusion from my distorted perception. And that my distorted perception is rooted in my rejection of self, because once upon a time, before I had the ability to speak up for myself, I was programmed to believe that the differences that are infused into my very existence, into my essence, is unacceptable. Because why? Because I can't be controlled, even as a child. So, if my mother, who I adore, couldn't control me, and my father, who was a monster and a tyrant, couldn't control me, motherfucker, you're definitely not going to control me. You should probably ask my husband if he can control me. Because I promise you, he'll laugh in your face and be like, don't even fucking bother. Don't even fucking bother. Let her just do her shit, and then she'll be done and she'll be good. Final card. Final card. So, dark energies cannot touch you. Don't let them touch you. Don't let them in. Don't entertain the types of thoughts, the types of illusions that they're going to impress upon you. Illusions are illusions are illusions. Now, everything that I said, it applies to me, but at no point does it carry the implication that you are somehow inferior because I spoke my truth. Okay. So you are still very much my equal in my eyes, except for that one person. What? Your girl has standards, except for that one person. But to that one person, thank you for being the initiator of a very powerful Very, very powerful sharing of my thoughts. Thank you for that. You've served your purpose. You are dismissed. I said what I said. I know it's rude as fuck, right? Yeah, it was meant to be. I wasn't trying to be nice. I was matching your energy. Yeah. I know it's ill. So are you. Card number 39, Blessing of Zara. So, thank you, Robin. Here we go. The Blessing of Zara. Let go of thought. Don't take it into your heart. You are naked, and thought is like ice. You use thought to seek release from suffering and pain, while thought is the cause of your suffering and pain. The realm of creation is outside the scope of thought. O foolish one, see the opus and behold the beauty. Look in the direction from which the images flow. See the brook that causes the wheel to turn. I wish to pull that false confection from your mouth. I know you'll open your mouth even wider to scream like the terrible cry of a toddler denied. But the moment you open your mouth wide and draw breath to bemoan the outrageous travesty of your loss, I shall shove my divine finger dripping with nectar into your gaping mouth. I'll let you suckle then, surprised and contented by the sweetness that surpasses all other sweets. When we are hungry, we reach for what food is available. If we are starving, we may gorge upon what is before us only to find ourselves overfed, undernourished, and in a most uncomfortable and satisfied state. Your soul needs better quality food. It has been detoxing. You have been shedding old thoughts, feelings, pains, and struggles. Memories of the past have been flooding out of your soul like parasites being expunged. And now your soul, thus cleansed, is in need of genuine nourishment to restore it to full radiance and vitality. Love will feed your hungry soul. Nothing less shall suffice. No sweet-talking charmer hell-bent on seducing and moving on will make the grade. No, it has to be nothing less than genuine romancing by the great beloved to feed, comfort, and nurse you into radiance. Only that divine finger dipped in the heavenly honey can be taken in by your soul now. All else will seem as empty junk by comparison. But can we summon the strength to overcome habitual and mindless attempts at feeding on lesser substances? Oh, yes, the great beloved shall storm through the kitchen and with military precision clear the cupboards, for only the best and finest, most decadent and delicious shall do for you. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. You are being given a blessing of Zara, of radiance, of brightness. This blessing has a purpose. It is to clear out that which would obstruct your full unfoldment, to support the divine jewel of your soul in shining. You are being given an opportunity supported by life, by the earth, by the grace of the divine beloved to shed toxins from your being. These may be physical and they may be equally of emotional, psychic, or psychological origin. They may come from this or another lifetime. You may understand consciously what is being released, or you may not. If you are sensitive, you may feel symptoms of detoxification at a physical level, even if what you are releasing is emotional or psychological in nature. You're encouraged to complete the sacred honoring ritual to stay adequately hydrated and be moderate rather than excessive in your approach. Give your body and mind time to rest and replenish so that blessings can be fully received. If you have been unwell or struggling to let go of an issue, this oracle comes as the portent of imminent healing back to good health and of the release of the issue into resolution and divine radiance. It's only a matter of timing, and that timing is imminent. This oracle also brings you the message that if something appears to be leaving your life, even something painful to release, it is because it's no longer healthy for you or no longer supporting of life for you. There is something more loving and beautiful awaiting. Do not try to feast upon scraps. Stop scraping in the dirt for stale breadcrumbs. Rise up and move towards a seat at the heavenly table gleaming before you, for a greater feast awaits your attendance. You are being invited into one of the most beautiful spaces within yourself and your life. You are being encouraged to show up to a banquet being held in your honor. We have to let go of the things we're afraid to let go of. We have to let go of the things that have weighed us down and prevented us from rising. We have to put down the weights we carry on our shoulders, these weights that belong to other people. The pushback has begun. The second son of consciousness is here. That second octave of solar consciousness is causing a very frenzied, very chaotic attempt to remain in control. It's going to be a tug of war between opposing polarities. If you don't choose, you have to choose between entering into a new way, into a new space, or choosing to remain in the same and further supporting a matrix that's already in the process of being deconstructed. The choice is still yours. The choice is still yours, but if you choose the latter, you will feel very destroyed through this process. Everything will kind of go bad for you. Everything will get very, very dark, very, very dense, and begin to be something that is not a good experience, something that will cause you to feel as though you maybe have been cursed, or that someone is doing something to you, and all of these different things. You're still going to experience things regardless of what you choose. But what you choose will dictate your perception of what you experience. We're going to be clearing out a lot of energy. How about we do this? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some frequency modulations. And these frequency modulations will help the process. It will support the process of clearing out some of that energetic and emotional and mental toxicity. Okay, you're still going to have to clear it out, but it will support that. You won't struggle as much. It will be a much more intense process for a much shorter period. Okay, so if you would like that, go ahead and put in the comments #detox. And I'm going to calibrate this towards those who put #detox. Again, I make it a point to reiterate that my energy will not be allowed to go to anyone who has maligned me, has been excessively disrespectful of my sovereignty, all of that negative stuff. I refuse to allow my energy to go to any of them anymore, at all. So whether you've created a new account and put detox or not, none of this will go to you anyways. It's best for you to just leave me be at this point. So for those of you who are good people and don't do that kind of shit to others, #detox, and I'm going to go ahead and begin. I said what I said. I said you guys are good people. I don't know, it's up to other people if they want to take that and interpret it as me saying other people are people. Because I didn't say other people are bad people. I said some folks not getting on my energy no more. That's what I said. Some folks not getting on my energy no more. And that's that. All right, let's get us a song. Breathe very deep and very slow. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Continue to breathe very deep, very slow. For those of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel a very mild vibration in your core, in your bones, especially your femurs, in your spine, your chest. Keep breathing very deep, very slow. Feel the vibrations rising towards the surface of your skin. Some of you might begin to feel very warm, while also feeling a sensation of ice fire, this icy hot sensation. Feel your emotions rising. Let them come up and out. Don't be afraid to feel. Don't be afraid to process, to acknowledge. You might begin to feel your hands starting to shake a little. Just breathe. Breathe and allow. Feel yourself getting lighter. Feel yourself becoming more clear. Feel a mild pressure on your skin. I'm creating a buffer zone to assist you with your space not being accessed. This buffer zone will continue to exist as you finish off your detox. Some of you might feel movement in the belly and a growing sensation of needing to go use the bathroom. Some of you might begin to sweat. These are the toxins leaving your body in a very accelerated manner. It's calibrated for your specific needs and kept at a pace that's safe for you. Take a deep breath in Slow exhale out. Take a moment. Allow yourself to very slowly, very gently open your eyes. How do you guys feel? Good. I love that your pain is gone. I love that. I love that. For some of you, if you've been holding in quite a bit of that emotional toxicity, emotional traumas, you will feel very emotional. You will definitely feel very emotional. Awesome. Ooh. Mhm. Hi, Chris. We hold so much in because we have been programmed to not allow ourselves to feel, to not allow ourselves to be our most authentic selves, to ignore our needs, our feelings, our struggles. Yeah. For those who are starting to get itchy, you might be excreting some bile through the skin that will make you itchy. That has to do with the liver, and it has to do with the emotions the liver governs, which is anger, has to also do with the gallbladder. The gallbladder governs resentment. So, you got to acknowledge when things make you angry. You're not just an angry person. You're feeling the appropriate emotion, having the appropriate response for something that you've been forced to experience. Mhm. You know? Yeah. Feeling that pain leave your body serves as the map for you to understand what your soul is telling you, right? Where you feel pain, where you have different types of physiological conditions, those are areas that usually are tied to emotional and mental soil. So you definitely need to make sure that you take care of yourself. Okay? Really make sure you take care of yourself. Don't let um, don't let other people get in your head about this or that. So, guys, I'm going to have to get going. I've been on for far longer than I was planning. If you would like me to do energy work on you, I have a whole bunch of different offerings for the 1212 portal. A lot of the things that are needing to be detoxed is being very much amplified and aggravated by some of the malignant plans that have been put into place pertaining to the 1212 portal. Okay. So I can't talk much on social media platforms about these things, but there have been some malignancies that have really, really been, it's affecting the collective. And you have to make sure that you just try and steer clear as much as possible. You know, a really good option is on the soulsanctuary.love. I do have a tier of recurring contribution. Um, it is I send it the highest tier. That one, I do a dark matter clearing for you every month. I also do a morphogenetic recalibration, and I do a sound bath for you. So those three things, and you can watch them throughout the month until I do the next month's. Those things will greatly help you through this period. Greatly, greatly, greatly help you, because I calibrate it for the frequencies that either we're currently in when I do the meditation, or the frequencies that I'm anticipating to have kind of pushed into the collective experience until the next month, you know? So for those, I definitely, those are very powerful, very, very powerful. I do those once a week. So I do 1 week is a dark matter clearing, the next week. So the first Thursday is the dark matter clearing. The second Thursday is the morphogenetic recalibration, where I'm like adjusting your auric field to be able to handle what's about to happen. And then the sound bath is the third Thursday of the month. And then I do it every month. So, and it's a beautiful, beautiful way for you to be able to support my ministry. That is a recurring contribution. So you're not paying for those services. I'm doing those as like a thank you. What you are doing is you're doing, blah, blah, blah. You're donating every month to my ministry. It's kind of like when you do your tidings to a church, because I am a church. It's that. And so when you do the recurring contribution, since I'm a qualifying nonprofit in the United States of America, you just keep that receipt and it is a tax deduction. So again, you're not paying for services, you're not paying for a membership. That is a recurring contribution that you have chosen to give as a member of my ministry. I am a church, a nonprofit church. And so I'm basically getting that for free because that's a tax deduction. So if your company wants to be, a recurring contributor, that's a beautiful tax deductible receipt that you could use. Definitely not offering tax advice. I'm just saying tax deduction is a tax deduction is a tax deduction is a tax deduction. It's a donation. So if you're in the United States, I mean, hey, it's about to be tax time. So, okay, I got to get going. I love you guys. Again, if you'd like me to do energy work for you during the 1212 portal, go to emmeevolving.com/shop/1212 portal. And you can look at all the different offerings that I have there. I have quite a few. So I will see you guys again very soon. I think early next week is when I'll be able to do the auction for crystals. My week's been slammed, but I gotta go. I love you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see y'all again, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time-ish for church.